Is there a punishment for delaying or giving up your conversion? So the Arizal says that there are certain Jews that made certain sins, that part of their punishment was that they had to become reincarnated as non-Jews, where their obligation was to convert during their life, meaning that's their mission in life. There are also non-Jews that lived at the time of Matan Torah, when we got the Torah, and they wanted to accept the Torah, but they were part of nations that did not want to accept the Torah. So Hashem promised them that He would bring them again into the world and put them in an extraordinary circumstance where they have the opportunity and desire to convert, which means that's again part of their ultimate purpose. So a person such as this, not fulfilling their purpose, is like a person pretty much getting a car but without putting any gas in it. There's no point to the car, it's just a piece of metal. The person lived their life with no point, because their point was to convert if they have such a opportunity. Now, can they still go to heaven if they don't convert? Yes, they could still technically go to heaven by being a righteous convert, by being a righteous Noahide. But I can tell you that being a righteous Noahide is a lot harder than people think. And usually the reasons why people that want to convert change their mind is not because of their righteousness, but rather the opposite. Now, the Gemara says that converts have to bring a sacrifice. At the time of the Mashiach and the building of the Beit HaMikdash, the third one, every convert is going to have to bring a sacrifice to the Beit HaMikdash, because that's what is going to be the final step of their conversion. Because Am Yisrael, when we got Matan Torah, we brought a sacrifice. Each person brought a sacrifice. So a convert cannot bring a sacrifice to anything today. So what happens? So Chazal says in the Gemara that every convert is going to have to bring a sacrifice at the time of the third Beit HaMikdash. But further, the Gemara says that a convert that delays his or her conversion for no real reason, meaning they're not delaying it because of financial issues, they're not delaying it because of anything that is in their control. They're delaying it. They're not delaying it of anything that's out of their control. They're delaying it because they don't feel like it. They're delaying it because they want to, go to India or go to Honolulu or go to Cancun and make a few more sins before they jump in. The Gemara says a person that delays his conversion or her conversion, HaKadosh Baruch Hu punishes them, even if they convert. Why? He punishes them because he's going to say, wait, so you knew the truth. So why did you delay? You knew that you can serve me in the ultimate level. And even though you eventually decided to do it, you delayed it by 6 years. You delayed it by 6 months. You delayed it by 10 years. You delayed it by a bunch of time. How dare you? I'm the King of Kings. How dare you delay it? Now, I can tell you this from experience, not from books. From experience, I've seen people that introduced themselves to me, told me that they want to be converts, told me that they're zealous for Hashem, and they started off like rockets. Watch every shiur, books, everything. Take notes, highlights, everything. Became like little rabbis, little rabbaniyot. 6 months, a year. All of a sudden, they stopped watching. All of a sudden, they started cooling off. All of a sudden, they started messing around a little bit. But they still tell you, no, Rabbi, I'm definitely converting. I love Hashem. Converting. I saw these people lose their merit. How did I see it with my own eyes? Where one day, simply the desire to convert disappeared. Before they met me, they wanted to convert for 5, 10, 20 years. They wanted to convert. Their whole life they wanted to convert. They just didn't know how, who, what, when. Now they have an actual opportunity to convert. They mess up. Hashem says, guess what? I don't want you to convert anymore. That desire that I instilled into your mind 3,000 years ago, deleted. Best bet, you'll die goy. A good one. Best bet. And I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen. It's very sad. Why? Because you know, this person could have been a good Jew. But of course, HaKadosh Baruch Hu knows who, what, when, and how. And people do not understand that to be a Jew is the biggest privilege, the biggest present, the biggest gift you could ever have in this world. Unfortunately, most people don't know this. And people think it's a burden to be a Jew. People think it's difficult to be a Jew. People think it's all types of things that it's not. Very few describe Judaism as a privilege. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu, if He sees that you do not see Judaism as a privilege, He says, then don't convert. Why would you do it? Why would you convert to something that you don't think is the best? If you don't think it's the best, go do something else. And that's a sad scenario that I've seen with my own eyes. I've seen people that, mamash, they just changed their mind and for no reason, nothing happened. There's no like trauma or something, nothing happened. Just lost it. As if it was like deleted from their mind. And it's a sad scenario. So I'd say important that to know that if you want to convert to Judaism, you should do everything possible to get it done as soon as possible, but more importantly, to get yourself ready. Forget about convincing rabbis to convert you. Plenty of people go to rabbis, and the rabbi puts them in a mikveh, but they still come out yoshke anyway. They're still Rashayim. They're still, at best bet, they're going to be wicked Jews. Why would you do that to yourself? Get yourself spiritually ready. If you're not ready, don't do it. Why? For what? Why that would make you really dumb to convert to Judaism and to be a sinner when those same sins are not sins for a non-Jew. But if you want to seriously convert and you're really serious about it, you should make it your number one priority in life. Just like a Jew is supposed to make Judaism number one priority in their life. Judaism is not a religion like Christianity is a religion or like Muslim is a religion. Judaism is not part of your life. It is your life. The way you know whether you are close to being on the right track or not is based on what your definition of Judaism is. If your Judaism is part of you, you're on the right track but not necessarily on it yet. Why? Because Judaism should be you. That's all you should be about. Doesn't mean you don't work. Doesn't mean you don't do other things. But everything else revolves around your Judaism. Not the opposite around. You don't try to fit your Judaism into the Christmas party. You don't try to fit your Judaism into your non-kosher business, and your Judaism into your non-kosher relationships, and your Judaism into your non-kosher hobbies. No, it's the opposite. Everything else revolves around the Judaism, the Torah. If your mindset is that way, you should do everything possible to continue and get things done as soon as possible as far as converting. If your mind is not that way, it's best not to convert. There are certain people that I've spoken to, and I told them outright, I wouldn't convert them. I wouldn't help them. I wouldn't bring them to Bedin. Why? Because I thought they were simply going to be bad Jews, and I don't want to do that to them. No, what do you mean? I'll be good. I said, listen, you can get other rabbis to help you, and some did. Some went to other rabbis, and those rabbis helped them. I said, Baruch Hashem, it wasn't me. Why? Because I know this guy or this girl is not going to be good. And unfortunately, every single time I said it, so far it's been right. They weren't good. They're not good. They shouldn't have converted. Not that it's some great knowledge. It's just that after a while, you get to meet people. You see who's legit, who's not. And you see who's going to be good, who's going to be not. And unfortunately, people have a warped mentality of what Judaism is today. They convert for a lot of wrong reasons. So if you're serious about conversion, make it your number one priority in life. If you're not, then don't convert. You don't have to. There's no obligation 100%. You can still go to heaven.